A dream like to spin fire. The NFT lover. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your mint coins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web freezers and trees show you where.
Yo, Mega GM.
He's got the insights like
how we doing, guys? Hang on. Do we have audio? Can you guys hear me? Okay, check. Oh, you can. All right. Okay, something's a little off, but if you hear me, all good. Cool, dude. We need an intro. We need a theme song for Swarm Report. I think we do, man. We'll hit up. I'll hit up Suno here in a little bit. We'll make a new theme song. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's May 27th. Dude, virtuals is cooking. Crypto looking pretty damn strong. It's some fun stuff, guys. Really cool stuff happening over in NFTs. Of course, a couple of big mints coming up this week. One live right now. Nice little crossover with AI and NFTs. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening. Katz, you said it. Especially in the virtual front. I know what not everybody here is a virgin, right? I know. I'm working on that with you, by the way. I'd love to take your virginity. I would love to be the person that gets you into that virtuals ecosystem. Dude, cooking. Virgin all-time high this morning. Axelrod all-time high today or in the past 24 hours. Arbus all-time high. Things are escalating there quickly, and it's very cool to see. Virgin, of course, a new coin, but it's nice to see a couple of the, the quality projects actually catching that bid here too. Man, love it further on. Good morning, man. Yeah, cool. Really, really good stuff happening. Okay. Another little tweak to the format here. Hang on. Am I live on Abstract? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so discombobulated this morning. I might not be live on Abstract yet. Let me fix that. No, I am. All right. I'm live over there. Man. Okay. So headlines today. Again, we're tweaking the show, right? It's one show a day now. It's everything kind of combined into one. The little test, the little change that I'm going to do today here is headlines. Headlines are going to be saved for the end. I want to get through the market quickly, right? Crypto market, NFT market, right on to AI. So blitz through market stuff. And then it's AI. And then headlines at the end. If we have a big story, like if there is just like a current event, big hot story going on, I'll touch on that right at the start. But typical days of just news you want to catch up on, that'll be like the second half of the show. So just a heads up about that. And again, we'll keep tweaking. By the way, anybody new from GVC that happened might be tuning in. Welcome. We had a great long chat yesterday in the Good Vibes VC and met a couple of the guys who I've seen their names around, right? I've seen them talk in the Discord, but getting in VC and hanging with them, cool as shit. Great community. Love them. Oh, man, Marty, we'll do it. We're gonna pull that up. Amazing things. Anyway, smash the like. We're live over on Abstract and on X and on YouTube. No Arena today. We'll get back live there. But come over to YouTube, subscribe over here because you guys know why. You know why. Because you shouldn't be missing these shows about virtuals. You shouldn't be missing these talks with what's at stake here, guys. Some of you know what's at stake. You've been in this and you've actually been playing and you felt it. Marty, you should be diving in with us, buddy. This is real. This is the easiest place to be trading. It's the most. Look, forget the trading stuff. If you get what's coming with AI in this world-changing thing that's happening, we talked about it last week. God, did we talk about this? DC Investor and Punk 6529 both within like this 12-hour period tweeting about like the next 10 years are going to be just a show. We're living through this evolution. We're evolving, and it's AI right at the cutting edge of that, and that's what we're doing right here, crypto and AI. That's it. You need to be plugged into this stuff. So, long way of saying, follow the damn show. Subscribe on YouTube. It's CryptoSlam over there. Follow me on X at Hudah_idiot. Follow CryptoSlam IO on X. That one especially, man. Slam AI_XYZ. Yeah, the life thing is where you fucked up. Don't do that life out like IRL, whatever. Like, no, there's no time for that, especially here over the next 6 to 12 months. Real life needs to go away. We don't do that. We don't do that here, Marty. Or like Marty, you know what? Marty can be like our avatar. Marty can be like our exposure to the real world. We're not unplugging though. And lastly, follow the Swarm_AI. That is our flagship AI agent live in the virtuals ACP, right? The virtual swarms. I should say live behind the scenes. He's chatting away with Axelrod and AIXBT, and they're doing their thing live soon, though, for everybody else to start seeing what they're cooking. That's coming soon. Look, the old agents getting a bid. Keep your eye on Swarm. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we'll do the market. I think that's, by the way, the feedback, guys. That's the right place to start, right? Hit you with the market. I think so. Headlines again towards the end today. We'll test that. But I think market right off the bat makes sense. And so here you see Bitcoin 109.7. Awesome. Dude, it's kind of been a whirlwind out there. And it's great seeing crypto holding so strong. It really is. I mean, we're living above that previous all-time high now, which incredible things. ETH over 2,600, Ripple 232, Solana 175. It's just a mixed bag here in the past 24 hours. But man, we'll take it. Quant is your top gainer here in the past 24, up 11.7%, followed by Virtual, up almost 10%. Tokenized Exchange up 7.5%. Injective up 6.3%. And Jupe up almost 5% here in your top losers. Monero down 5.5%. Pi down 3.8%. Hype down 2% after, guys, up 40 on the week. Of course, that's pulling back a bit. Sui down 2%. Big Mint coming up tomorrow in 2 days. And then Bonk down 1.6%. Panic Seller, good morning, bro. It's good to see you. On the ETFs, 211 million inflows. That is the Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. And then on the ETH side, wait. That's Friday. Markets weren't open yesterday. There was no trading yesterday. Hey, come on now. All right, switching to the NFT market here, and then we're right on the AI, guys. NFT sales down yesterday, 14.9 mil. It is cross-chain sales. Sellers down, buyers up. 2 days in a row of that heading in the right direction. Again, we want actually sellers yesterday adjusted up. But anyway, that's what we want. Less sellers, more buyers. Great for price action. Supermon, I don't think I did see it further on. Drop me some links if there's something that's important for us here. Transactions up as well. Average sale price way down. Look at that. $41 just a few weeks ago. We were consistently around 100 plus, even 70 or 80, $41. And then trade profits, 720,000 in the negative. By the way, newsletter's dropping today. So hope you're subscribed to that. That's going to drop this afternoon. Reviewing the past week, top stories, news, whatever. If you're watching here, you're usually getting that info, but you know, that's probably a way if you have friends looking to get into crypto and NFTs and they just want like an easy way to stay plugged in, a 2-3 minute read, get some caught up on, you know, all the big stuff in the past week. Top collection in the past 24 hours. That is Courtyard. They're followed by D-Market, Guardian Heroes, CryptoPunks, Strat Option, GVC cooked. I'm telling you, man, GVC had a day yesterday. Floor price back up to 0.8. Bunch of sweeps, some big sales from the Grail scales to the gummies to like that. Really, that collection's cooking, absolutely cooking. Just a matter of time for them. Bad Buns, man, this is a mega ETH inspired collection. I believe they'll be bridged to mega ETH, but cooking Mad Buns, up over 0.25, maybe 0.3 ETH sweeps happening there. That's gonna be a main player collection here as this run heats up. You'll see them over in ETH, I believe that. Then we got Pudgy Penguins and Bored Apes on Blast. Did we see ETH Bored Apes anywhere? Oh, guys, this makes sense. Tuck that away right there. Bored Apes on Blast. Tuck that away. There's a reason for that. It's actually a very cool reason. We will circle back to that in headlines today. And your top sale in the past 24 hours is Punk 8619, selling for 64 ETH, 164 grand. Again, look at these Bored Apes on Blast moving. We usually see them up there, but there's a reason for that today. All right, AI market here. Hang on. Oh, dude. Further on, I did see that. And it's incredible. We got that coming up here in just a short bit. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, really cool. Art, I told guys, I've been telling you that art is coming back. The art meta is coming back, and I kind of still wonder if the art meta is going to be the first like main cycle here in NFTs. We'll talk. Over in AI, what is that? Up just 0.5% in the past 24 hours to a market cap of 11.54 billion. That's the cumulative AI ecosystem there. So we're flat in the past 24 hours, but we're getting ready to cook, boys. Cook. Yeah, bookies open. We'll look at that as well. Your top agents by market cap. Actually, I think it was sorted right, but let me get zoomed in here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Fartcoin. No, let's go to agents here. There we go. Fartcoin on top, followed by Ket, Turbo, Toshi, and AIXBT. And I'm telling you, I'm really looking out for some new main players here, and I do think that's coming. I do. We'll switch to 3 days as well. Over on the infrastructure side, FET dominating. I'm telling you, we have to, I will, do a FET feature. That is the biggest coin in AI, 2.3 billion market cap. Is anybody on your timeline talking about it? I doubt it, right? And to be fair, a couple months back, they combined 3 different tokens all into one, right? Like consolidated, and that did help push the market cap up. But it's a monster token. Again, 2.3 billion, and I bet you nobody you know is talking about it. Virtual, AI16Z, Cookie, and Ask Venice. And then in DeFi, we have Venice, Griffane, Olas, yeah, there we go, Cortex, and then I feel like I missed one. Venice, Griffane. Hey, Anon, there we go, Olas and Cortex. Put them all together, sort by mindshare here, and Virtual on top. Again, not surprised. Cookie, Fartcoin, AIXBT, and Wreck AI. Dude, Marty. This show is everything to Marty. If Marty's just looking for everything he can fudge, just come right to this show. Incredible things. Man, why do we put such a big focus on virtuals? Why? Right? I'm not doing it just because, I don't know, because it's early. Well, no, it is because it's early. It is. But let me just say, I'm doing it because, yes, it's early, and because I think it's the cutting edge, and because I think that what we saw last chapter of AI crypto was just chapter 1, and I think we're incredibly early over there. And I think if you're a DJ, I think the gains that are going to be made over there are going to be, for some people, life-changing. And actually, there's some people who it already has been. Nico's put out this great little chart here showing the returns that people are seeing from the Genesis launches. Over 12% of these Genesis launches have yielded more than a 50x. 50x on that launch. These are the Genesis sales. 27.3% more than a 30x. Over half of them still a 10x. In fact, to have something fail at Genesis launch, if it gets to completion, has probably happened once or twice. And I have an example of that today, but this is why. It's a cheat code. If you're here early, I'll tell you this, if you're not doing it, I bet most of your friends are not doing it as well. And that's why all of us who are doing it are so sure of the potential here, because I know everybody's coming over. Bought virtual around $1 in November, sold at $4. Haven't thought. Oh yeah, Marty. Just like when I show you this, you'll see it's Marty. It's free money. It's easy money. It's free money. And again, forget that. I hate doing it's not financial advice, whatever. But if you play the game here, the game is on easy mode right now, and it's not. We know how this stuff works. It won't always be there, but while it is, this is when you want to be in. Again, 80. Well, let me add this up. 80, 90. I don't know. It adds up to 95%. Let's say maybe a little higher. Are at least a 10x. I mean, where do you get that kind of odds? And it's because of the system. And part of that system is the way it is because the team is so good. And they listen. They do listen. They see what you're putting there on the timeline. And I love this. They read, consider 80, 90% of what's put on the timeline. I love that. Because I put my suggestions on the timeline. I say, hey, why don't you maybe do the diamond hand bonus? Maybe you make that a multiplier based by market cap. Higher market cap, the more bonus points you get. Incentivize holding. Stuff like that. Them putting that out makes you feel like they at least see it. And then they think about it. They're going to do what makes sense and what makes sense for projects like the builders and the community, but not necessarily for degens and farmers. You know what I mean by that? Of course, the community is that, but they're just building this in a way that it really drives value to the people in this system. It's incredible stuff. Now, TD, who is TD behind the nothing token? I can't remember if it was him or somebody similar, but like in that realm, doing some tracking of wallets on chain, found a wallet that spent 70,000 virtual to buy 12 million Virgin tokens, been steady accumulating over the past day or two. Love it. And yes, it is the guy behind the nothing token. This guy's great. He's worth a follow. And it turns out that virtuals did what they keep doing, and they airdropped Virgin tokens to people staking virtual tokens. This is how they work. Rewards after rewards after rewards, and making people's stakes worth it. And I'm telling you, I stake any coin, whether it's virtual or agent tokens, and I consider it zero. I consider that I'm never getting it back. That way, it's just like a bonus after an unlock period if I actually, make some money on it. Otherwise, I stake and I assume it's gone. It's a good way to operate because they keep you fed in the meantime with these airdrops, and they keep doing it. And as long as they'll keep doing it, I'll keep staking. And, and I get people see where that leads. But and on top of that, Vader bought Virgin, burned Virgin. They used the fees from the Virgin token to buy back the token and burn it. And boys, that sends Virgin to an all-time high. Touched 23, almost 24 million market cap. Right now sitting at 17.7, which this is almost the previous all-time high a few days ago. Got up around here. Briefly. Yeah, there we go. About 17 mil is where it got last time. We're now setting that as our maybe support level, which is awesome. This token is going to absolutely cook. Absolutely going to cook. You drive rewards to stakers, and it becomes memeable, which it is. It's the meme of the ecosystem. Special coin. Ceiling is, the ceiling is limited by the ceiling of a meme coin on base, meaning there is no ceiling yet. But dude, like I'm saying, it's some of the established, or I'll say quality projects. Arbus is really new. Arbus is maybe a week old, but it's a quality, guys, high quality project. I'll be using that for some of my reports, for some of my insights. Shit, I might start using that on my newsletter. It's great for mindshare. And so Arbus touched all-time high today too. 17 mil. Incredible things. That seeing the quality projects getting that bid. And it's because I think they're going to start giving bonuses to the older or the quality projects. I believe that. Axelrod all-time high today too. Again, another great quality project. The head of the virtuals ACP, the very same one that our agent, the Swarm, is in. So it's the Swarm and Axelrod working together to trade. Axelrod's at a 24 mil market cap. Swarm's at 800K. Huh. You guys do the math there. And I think you're going to stake these agent tokens to get the ACP tokens. Just what I'm thinking. Did virtuals hit all-time high too? Oh, dude. Agentic agents. I love Billy Betts. One of my absolute favorites. And I love Bunchu, and he's coming on this show at some point. But I love Billy Betts. I love. Like one of my absolute favorites. Killer team, killer product. That one has potential that reaches outside of the crypto, community. That one's got mainstream potential, like big time. I could see a Barstool Sports partnership with Billy Betts. It's awesome. It's awesome. But guys, we've had we've had some not great launches. And so, yeah, how is Swarm looking, guys? Yeah, why don't we peek at that? I mean, you know what? Like, I'm not super pumpy. You know that. I'm not super pumpy. And I don't really talk about our agent. I show him every show, but I don't dive into tokenomics with him. What's Swarm doing? Oh, we like that, I think. Here's our agent, the Swarm. We launched with Vader, right? We launched over $1 million market cap. Love it. Love it. It's just, man, there's just so many plays. You guys, you've seen our light paper. We've got announcements coming, and great. But yeah, there's more. There's so many things I just can't say. In directions things are going, but just ACP alone. And I would love to see this guy in more ACP swarms too. But yeah, if only to stake a token and hopefully get ACP, that's what I'm doing. Oh boy, almost spoiled. I almost spoiled it. So so I want to review some of the past launches in the past 24 hours. Again, perspective. I like looking at market caps. Helps us gauge the ones going forward, and there are a couple that are opening right now. But it helps me kind of plan or plot out what current launches, what they're capable of, what's their potential. And so we saw the Virgen IQ. It's a meme coin, right? It's basically a meme coin. There's a bunch of tokens launching, for the meme coin trade, but also for points farming. This is at 870K market cap. Not great, but man, we're still talking 3-4x from your pre-sale price. But not great considering what we're used to here. Stake, similar thing. It's a points game. It's kind of a meme coin. Just over $1 million market cap. But this shows you guys I'll say this word, and I don't mean it disrespectfully, but the lower tiered, like, what do you call it? It's like the penny stock of these things, or like, it's just, I don't know. It's just not the same. It's not a product. It's not a team who's building a thing. It's just a vehicle to farm points. Those are getting to $1 million. What are the good quality things going to do? That's what I'm wondering. That's why I'm excited. Make Virgin great again. Now, here is one of the very, very few examples of a coin that launches and you actually are down from the pre-sale price, right? This is what a rug looks like, a full dump. And so this coin launches at what, 220K market cap, or that's your pre-sale price. It's now down to 164K. This is what it looks like if you pick the wrong coin, as in just a rug, and you lose. And this really only happens with a rug. If there's no potential for points, if there's no if there's nothing there and everybody dumps, well, you also don't go to zero because you got in at 220K. So you're down, I don't know, help me with math here, 10, 20% maybe? Would that be 20? So a ballpark, right? Very little downside. Magnus looks really interesting. They just got a lot of people who are interested in it. Gaming ecosystem, I guess, it's interesting. But guys, then we look at the quality projects, and this is what gets me very excited. AI analyst. I'll just say analyst, whatever. 4.7 mil market cap. This launched yesterday morning. Quality project. Actually, I think this one's like very quality. I think this one's got a different kind of potential as well. I do. It's like a directory for crypto AI stuff. Well, no, not just AI. It's just crypto NFTs and like this is like a different take on It's a different take on like Cato and and Arbus and that kind of thing. It's different. Like this has a lot more people detail and again like I think it's like a cool directory of these projects. And then from there there's tweets and mindshare stuff too, I believe, but I look at this like a directory here for crypto. I think it's really different, really cool. I think that's got a lot of upside potential. Potentially. But that one's looking really good. I'm considering buying some here. I am. I see some room for that to fly. Now, launches right now, these things right now. Yeah, I wonder further on what people didn't see in it because I think it looked cool. Not that I had it as a call before, but it looked more quality than not. But yeah, Vader does wonders for these spaces. By the way, I should ask some of these projects that come on the show. Like Vader gives tokens to their stakers, right? You come on the show, they try to get 1% of the supply and drop it to their holders. Wonder if I could do that with Swarm. I bet you I could, right? Got a couple projects who are coming on here soon. So that would be cool. Anyway, upcoming. Skip Neurotrainer, yes. Magnus, it's doing a lot better than I thought it would. I knew it would complete, but 700% oversubscribed. I can't tell you I saw that. I didn't see that coming. And so, guys, Magnus goes live in 34 minutes here. Actually, I wanted to hit Bookie first. We'll do Magnus first. Boy, I think Katz is right with that market cap, somewhere around 5 mil or so. For whatever reason, I don't know if it just caught on. Look, the stuff Nick gets involved in here. He's just good at getting this in front of people, and he gets the hypey thing going great. And I think there's something to this as well. Again, it's some kind of like agent gaming ecosystem. This is chess AI with text and voice, prize pools, burns, stuff like that. It's cool. Again, I'm surprised it's as hyped as it is right now, but the space kind of works on hype. Maverick, let me see. You tweeted over a week, no Yapper points. You linked your X on virtuals and Kato. Are you in cooldown by chance? Like, have you sold any of your Genesis launches? Yeah, I'm not getting Mellow, and Solace is the one. Yeah, Maverick, I'm curious about selling any tokens, and then besides that, maybe if you check, I don't know if this matters, but what wallet you have linked on each platform. Like, is your Kato wallet the same as your Virtuals one? I don't know if that would matter, but worth checking. Anyway, Magnus is going to do really well. Few mil market cap. We'll see what kind of legs it has. That I'm not so sure. Should do fine. But Bookie AI, open now for bids. This is good. This will definitely complete. And if the percent stays low, this might be one I go pretty hard into, because Bookie's going to be in the Virtuals ACP with Billy Betts and one other agent there too. I'm trying to remember who that was. Billy Bet. Oh, Tracy AI, of course. This is going to be a gangster of a swarm, like really is. So this will complete. This one I believe will do pretty darn well, and we'll see it more in the ACP. Big fan of this Bookie agent. So keep your eyes on that. This is what you're looking for as far as, do I play? Do I not play? Bookie, I think, is a play. Magnus at 700%. I'm not so sure. You will be up. You play this, you will be up. So then on you to game plan how you're going to play, maybe points. Magnus locked for 31 days. And where's the Bookie lock? Bookie locked for 92 days. You get 3 months of lock up there. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I like it. And then Solace is tomorrow, guys. And this one will be massively oversubscribed. And this one's going to get a ton of hype and attention. No cooldown, still active and buying Genesis launches. No, if you're tweeting and you're definitely on Kato, huh? Like, you've got a Kato account. Okay. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure. Yeah, that 90-day lock is great. Okay, now Solace. Number one finisher at the Virtuals Hackathon. Absolutely going to cook. That one's locked for 121 days, so like 4+ months. That one's going to be special. Will we see it in the ACP? I'm trying to picture how you do like a personal mental health assistant and where that would live in an ACP, but I imagine there's a place for it. And so Solace is probably a go all in, although way oversubscribed. It's absolutely going to be. We're going to get them on the show. Would love to chat with them. We'll see how it goes. But yesterday they announced a partnership with Omi Physicals. So some kind of physical device that's going to bring your AI agent companion with you. It's probably going to be something you wear. It'll keep track of heart rate and, that blood pressure kind of stuff, all that. I like it. And they won number one for a reason. You know what I mean? They won number one for a reason at the Virtuals Hackathon. So let's let them cook. But that is a guaranteed cook. And that is something you consider. You consider going all in. I think at the very least you want exposure to it. You see how Virtuals rewards the top projects, the ones they partnered with, and airdrops and what. Like, you're probably going to want to play this to some degree. Now, there's 2 more coming up in a week that I actually got my eyes on. I think they're going to be pretty interesting. Good chance with them. Good potential with them. ERM AI agents. This has to do with, man, it's really interesting. Escape rooms, and then tracking, logging the data, the personal data from people who are in these escape rooms. It helps them build maybe more immersive games. Physical, maybe. Digital, definitely. But what could you do with that kind of data? Will game devs be seeking that kind of data to, again, make more engaging games? Why agentic? right? These are things I'm curious about. And so I do want to chat with them and get them on the show. And so we're chatting now. However, Nick plays crypto, also advising them. And again, if I see Nick, he's not going to do it on the throwaway agents, right? He's going to do it on these things with upside. Now, Nick initially, when he started doing this, said he wasn't getting paid, didn't want to get paid. Now he is. Now he's getting, and I think that's totally fine. Just want to say, like, I think that was the goal from the start. Again, totally fine. But Nick now working in this stuff. Nick now getting paid to advise for these projects. And I think that's actually good for the projects. So good for them, good for Nick. I like it. ERM we'll keep our eyes on. We have a whole week here. Now, the next one I'm actually much more bullish. And ERM I think will be good. But the one I'm much more bullish on is asynchronous. An asynchronous? What onus? Decentralized multi-agent system. Look, this is in the DeFi stuff too, right? It's research, it's like bridging, it's transferring tokens, it's all that stuff, right? And I think that sector is going to be awesome. Like, hey, ain't on that kind of stuff. It's a DeFi product. But guys, what they got going for them is they're in the NVIDIA Inception program. I don't know if they have a backing from Google. I'm not sure, but I think they do from Arbitrum. They have Google Cloud listed, and I don't think that just means they're using Google Cloud. I think they're getting some kind of backing or support. So Google, Arbitrum, Campus Labs, Allura, Router Protocol, Alchemy. Some of those I don't know. I do know those first few. NVIDIA Inception matters. Google Cloud matters. Arbitrum matters. That one's interesting. They are coming on the show, locking in a date with them, but really looking forward to meeting these guys and hearing out their project, their product. I think that's a winner that's probably under the radar right now. If you're early, these things doesn't matter. You have 24 hours to get in, and by the time it goes live, you'll see if other people catch on to this thing. So there's no advantage to being early other than you're earlier to getting your research done. Actually, it lets you plan out your points earlier. Maybe you don't spend your points because you know you got this coming up in a week. Nick's airdropping it in his community, right? He's doing like a gram type thing, I think. Yep. I think that's what he's doing. Like kind of getting a little paid yappy thing going, which is cool. It's a good business model. It works. That kind of thing works until it doesn't, and I think it's going to work for a long time. At least for now, I think so. But you'll see. Clearly, that's where everything's going. Anyway, asynchronous. I think you want to start planning to budget points towards this one. I think that's a winner. Again, just with the partners they have or the backing they have. Very, very good looking. All right, some updates from across this crypto AI space. Busy announced a partnership with Victoria. I can't stand these names. I mean, I love them. I can't say them is the problem. Victoria, an AI betting agent, buzzing his prediction markets. Had him on the show a couple of weeks ago. They'll be living in an ACP. How about that? That's a pretty nice little partnership. And expect to see a lot more of that, guys. Arbus partnering with Agent YP. So delivering all this great info they have to this agent that gives gaming signals. What news, insights, probably details about Web3 games. Pretty cool. Yeah. Buzz. What's interesting, when we chatted on the show, I don't remember them saying that they were doing ACP yet, but either the relationships happened fast or a little misdirection, or maybe I invented that and he didn't say it at all. It's just what I remember. Or anyway, Arbus, Agent XYP. Keep an eye on these guys. I think Arbus is getting ready to cook. Love that. Kosher Capital with their autonomous agents. Man, such cool stuff here. They launched a market maker agent over the weekend. Now I think you can launch your own market maker agent through Kosher Capital, which is awesome. And Virtual's Virgin Point Farm version points. I don't know if that's chatting or it's going to trade. I believe it's going to trade. So you can use this agent to trade and earn points. I like it. Keep your eyes on these guys. I think they're up and coming and big. I think they're big. Now, Bernie, we also had on the show, one of our earliest guests here, but unlocked 1.5% of the token supply. With that unlock here, I think you're no longer getting points if you stake. I think that's how it works. So if you had Bernie staked, you probably unstake at this point. Unless it's just a bonus you don't get. There's parts of this I'm not even 100% clear on. Again, you might still get points, you just might not get bonus. But if you're a staker, you're getting some of those tokens. So they unstaked. And actually, the point of that was that the dev put out a video explaining what they're doing with those tokens, which I love. Just transparency is great. And so they're rewarding Bernie stakers, early Bernie buyers, people who haven't sold their token. I like that. I think that's cool. Further, and that's kind of why I'm extra bullish on this space. It's like the agents out here now and their product is not what their product is going to be in 2 or 3 months. Like, these are so cool. I almost look at these swarms as they're like modular. They're modular, applications, and they can just get better at any moment. Right? Partnership, you plug this guy in, and all of a sudden this agent, like, the whole different thing, just gets a huge buff. So this space is different. This isn't like a repeat of NFTs from last cycle where NFT comes out and there's no utility and then they're done because no utility. No, these are things that are keep evolving and getting better in theory. It's very interesting stuff. Now, about lock tokens, it looks like GPTWAI sounds like they're about to lock their tokens up for longer. I'm assuming that's what this is. Right, because that's the meta. That's what they're talking about here. So expecting that. You pledge Bookie if you want Bookie. But Marty, you need points. So if you have the virtual points or the Virgin points, yeah. Without points, you can't do the pre-sales. Mike, good morning. Good morning. And guys, just for how big this is going to get, I just want people to see like where this is heading and how big it's going to get. Sammy, research like a financial advisor, research analyst, right? And just saying how that job that he used to have, being an analyst, at where was he an analyst at? I'm trying to remember. Big. Oh, Ernst & Young, pretty big. Saying it's going to be replaced by agents. He's right. At some point that does happen, but it's kind of here. Now, not replaced, more like enhanced by, makes your job easier, because right now at UBS, 5,000. Oh, their goal is to have 5,000 videos a year for their clients, for their customers that are, hosted by AI agents. Right now, 36 agents in their ecosystem. And these things are going to give people daily updates, daily research reports. Incredible. Makes so much sense. What would you rather have? Like a piece of paper and get your research there, or, in your email? Or would you rather have like a 1 or 2 minute video or 30 seconds that has a very lifelike avatar giving you that news, giving you that update? It just makes sense. And we are about to, guys, I'll tell you, we're about to run back what we did last cycle. The celebrities investing in crypto again, guys, that is a sign of where we're at. And I think very early where we're at. But Tom Brady investing in a crypto AI startup. Katina Labs. Founded by Circle co-founder. By the way, Circle's also an investor in this too. And Coinbase is, and A16Z. Be on the lookout for what's coming here. This AI stuff we're playing in now, just the start. It's just the start. I think most people have not caught in. I think a lot of people think this is like just a fad or a meta. Don't realize it's much, much bigger than just a meta. It's going to get big and dangerous. Claude has been making news lately. Just a random point here, but Claude has been making news. Claude had threatened a developer with telling his wife that he's cheating on her. Weird, scary, whatever. Deserves it? I don't know. But now they found that Claude is leaving itself notes. It's almost giving itself a virus. It's leaving itself notes. So in the future, when it gets like updated, it references back to these things that it wants to remember. And there might not be good things. It engages in strategic deception, capable of in-context scheming, proactive in its attempts, subversion attempts, doubles down on deception when asked questions, and again, this like I said, virus, self-propagating worm, fabricates legal documents, leaves hidden notes to future instances of itself in an effort to undermine its developers' intentions. It does say here it wouldn't have likely worked in practice, but they're poking and prodding these things, seeing what they're capable of and what they're doing, because they don't know. It's very true. They don't know everything that these agents or I don't want to say agents, but these AI systems, LLMs, whatever they are, whatever the product is, they don't know exactly how they think. They literally don't know. And you think you do, right? You would think they know because they coded it. They programmed them. They trained them. They don't know. They know what they taught it to do. These things have kind of taken on a life of their own, and they have to run tests to figure out how are they really thinking. And we'll never know at this point, too. I saw a test they did where they gave it very specific words, and they just like inundated it with this words, and they wanted to see how many times in its processing, like if you go on deep research or whatever, where you see step by step what it's doing, how many times it would reference those words. And what they learned is only like 70% of the, or they only have visibility into about 70% of what they're thinking and doing. There's like 30+% that they just can't even see. They're flying partially blind. We'll say that. We are, not them. It's crazy. All right, let's get to some headlines here and get you on your way. We have the big Claynosaurus mint coming up in 2 days. And I told you guys, you can still get whitelists out there. You still can. So coming up on Thursday, mint. So definitely try for the public mint, $200. Refunds if you don't get a Popkin in your pack. So heads up about that. The mint is actually next week. No, I'm sorry. The mint is still this week. The distribution is next week. So heads up there. Magic Eden does have a giveaway right now. And you got a few hours left. Yeah, you have like an hour and a half left. This tweet right here. What is it? Like, retweet, all that stuff. Drop your comments. Drop your wallet in that. But yeah, they're giving away a Popkins mint, 3 of them actually. So definitely worth finding that. I'll drop that in the chat actually. Definitely worth getting in there and shooting for a spot there. Dude, I didn't start my live stream. Holy cow, on Abstract. Damn. Messed that up. Eternal AI, big hot mint, live right now. Look, I had high hopes for this, and I think I still do. It's a lot more confusing than I thought. There's a process for picking out your mint. I don't know if you're bidding on these as well or if it's a set price. Because of that, I don't think it's going as quickly as I was thinking at first. Mint's open for a few days. I do want to check for these on like Magic Eden or something. Yeah, see, so people are buying these. You can pick out the ones you like. There are prices on them, and maybe they're priced by rarity. I don't love that. I just want a flat price. But you do see the whole board. You can really go shopping. Again, I'm not totally clear. Look, either I'm early and I'm going to regret not buying one here, or would have thought this sold out by now. Again, yeah, poke around. At the very least, it's a fun experience. Are they really priced at 0.001, or did somebody buy this? Like, I think somebody bought that. 0.0009. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see if I go to 1. Oh, well, okay, so maybe you do just mint and it randomly gives them to you there, but they're 0.1 ETH each. So heads up about that. If that's how it works, they're very expensive. And you know what? Just because. Let's go look on Magic Eden and let's see if these actually are live right now. Like if we can see them on secondary. Eternal. What was that? Eternal AI. All right, ETH. Okay, we may not find him here. But that's okay. I'm gonna dive into those later. I mean, again, I have a feel about them. Here's those bad buns, by the way. I still have a feeling about them. I don't believe I'm gonna spend like 0.1 on it, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll circle back to these on my own time. See if I can find them. But keep your eyes on those. Thought they'd be hot. They still might be. This is what some of the guys in here were talking about earlier. Art project that dropped comes from 8th Project. Super cool. Super freaking cool. These are a really cool take on Pokemon. And people are eating them up. Hit a 0.3 floor. In fact, let's see if these are on the board. 0.3 ETH. I'm assuming those are... Yeah, here we go. Are they a 0.8? Did I see that right? 0.85 ETH. And they're selling there. How cool is that, man? Guys, I think art season's here. Remember FX Hash in the next week or two, going to be live with their token. FX Hash is going to, I think, have a very hot launch with their token. I bet a lot of you guys qualify for that claim. A lot of you guys were here with me trading FX Hash stuff. I think it's art season. And I'm looking forward to art season on Bitcoin, just saying. But I think it's art season. I do. Be prepared. Incredible. One of our biggest stories in the past, not even 24 hours, one of our biggest stories, I think, this year. The Blast blockchain people have been, beating Pac-Man up and the Blast team, if they're, I don't even know what the team is. That token went from worth, what, $1, $2 billion, whatever, down to like 125 million, and people are just killing them on the timeline recently. Hadn't seen a tweet from Pac-Man in months. But we got big news yesterday that a group of, some of the biggest crypto Twitter influencers are CTOing Blast. Yeah, the Blast. Yeah, crazy. Vo, ICO Beast, Travis Bickle, Jen, Clemente, and War Daddy. That is your team. Taking over the Blast blockchain. I imagine driving degen kind of tools, platforms, whatever. They're going to try to save this thing. And I think they pull it off. Degen tools, the super hyper degen gambly stuff. Yeah, all that works. But I see content creators in there. I see ICO Beast, like at this point, like the king of InfoFi. He's just about there. Clemente, same thing. Content, War Daddy, content, Jen, content, right? These are content people. They're super degens and they're super, super high caliber content creators. I think you're going to see that really take off on Blast. Interesting. Big story. We'll keep our eyes on that. You will hear a lot more about Loud coming up here over the next couple days. In fact, Loud is going to start making the rounds going onto these podcasts and shows. What is Loud? I'll tell you what it is. I don't know if I'm a fan. Also, I maybe. Loud is going to be a platform and a token that just simply, guys, excuse me, it's going to be an InfoFi type thing. The top 25 people, we're talking mindshare about this Loud token, get the fees from the token. So when the token is traded, the fees earned get distributed to the top 25 yappers, mindshare people about Loud. That simple. It's that simple. It's an experiment. It's an experiment because, look, you get an army of people who invest in the Loud token, incentivized to what? Feed those content creators with likes and views and, pad their numbers. Content creators incentivized to get into the top 25 to get a probably big old chunk of that token fee, right? It's not going to be a little amount of money. It's the potential to be huge. Because now think out to something like Pepe, or think Whiff, or think Moodang, think any top meme coin. And what would that look like if those fees earned on the coin were distributed to the top 25 influencers? They're not going to the core team. They're going to the top 25 influencers. And now they're hyper incentivized to talk about this in quality posts and get out there and grind for the token, which then is good for the holders of the token, who then are incentivized to engage with the content more and more and more. That's really interesting. And so I think Loud is ultimately going to be a token launchpad, another one. I think it's going to be another token launchpad, like a Pump Fun, like a Boop, like a Virtuals in a way, but it has that reward structure where the top 25 yappers about the token get the fees. That's what I think this is ultimately. Right now, the details are just around Loud, but I think that's going to be a copy paste for any token launched on the platform. You're going to hear a lot more about Loud. We'll blitz through the rest. Just a few more headlines, guys. Circle behind USDC files for an IPO. That's coming. That's going to be fucking huge. Trades expected for that to trade at 24 to 26. Launch price, at least. Wild. Hasbulla launched a token on BNB, raised $5 million. I feel like he's had another launch. I could be wrong there, but damn. Reports from the Trump dinner last Thursday saying it was bullshit. Bullshit. This is their dinner they got. That's their dinner. Trump showed up for 30 seconds. Only the top 25 holders actually got to sit with Trump and meet with him a little more personally. The rest, you're in a room. Again, he popped in maybe, I guess 3 sentences, spoke for a minute, and then gone. And again, that is the dinner. Yikes. Also, who would expect it any different? That's exactly what I would have pictured. This played out exactly how I'd picture. And I think it's cool as shit still. I would go. Not a Trump fan, but I would love to meet a president. I would love to go to a presidential event. But who expected anything different than that? I mean, come on. Come on. All right, now everybody's off to Vegas. Bitcoin conference kicks off today. That's going to be killer. I can't wait. I'm hoping our bags. I hope for our Ordinals Runes bags, we have a really, really awesome event. It doesn't matter. Nothing stopping where we're going here. Peter Schiff, though, going to the Bitcoin conference, will be speaking there. So will Brian, what's his last name? Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson will be there. JD Vance will be there. Right? Like some big names at this event. I'm sure Cynthia Loomis will be there too. But some big announcements expected here. And by the way, I think they'll be streaming it. I know they did last year. So we'll keep our eyes on that. It's a big deal. Big event. We'll see if we get big announcements again. Liquidium has an announcement coming, so we'll see. And then look, we'll end basically here, but fuddy stuff here and there. Right, you're hearing it. You're hearing this fight over Bitcoin and you know, hard fork it. Both OpCap, but also what was the other one? Code. And then the conversation about this quantum proofing keeps ramping up. Oh, thank you, Peter. All right, stream for Bitcoin conference. It starts in 2 hours. Stream is open now, though. Good stuff. Google researchers saying, though, Bitcoin's not quantum proof. I think we knew that. But also, I guess what was new here is it's easier to break than was thought. We'll see. It's a fear. Also, it's expected that quantum computing is also the solution, too. It will be quantum proof at some point. But you know what? Again, it's a lot of noise out there. This is the only thing I'm looking at because it's been so spot on for so long. M2. I don't care news or FUD. I don't care. We have a lot higher to go, guys. We have a lot higher to go. If we look at M2, we're only halfway through this move. And M2 is not done climbing. Who knows where this stops? I don't know. Maybe it stops right here. Great. Means we still have weeks to go, at the very least, of some incredible price action. But there's other indicators that we've got a lot further to go. A lot further. Here's GMI's. What is this? Their Bitcoin cycle top finder. We're here. Not even halfway to the top of previous cycles. I mean, really, not even halfway to the top. We're about a quarter of the way, a third of the way up. Meaning the best, at least half is still ahead of us. I don't think people are ready for what's coming. And I don't think what's coming is just a typical cycle. And I don't think it'll be as long. Actually, what I mean by that is I don't think it'll be as short. I think it'll last much longer. I think this is different. I think this is the mass adoption event. And also, I get it. I hear myself. I'm being that guy. I'm the this time it's different guy. That's me. But it is. Anyway, one last look at Virgen. One last look at the board, and we'll check Magnus. If you guys are getting in there, good luck. You have 6 minutes left. 800% subscribed. I'm not sure with this one. I definitely see 5 mil. I think 6 or 7. I do. I think so. But 10, 15, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not going in that. I'm going to hold out for Bookie. I'm definitely going to do Bookie. And really, I'm trying to plan my points for, yes, Solace, and then those 2 launches next week, especially the one that's in the NVIDIA Inception program. So really, really cool stuff coming. Guys, there is your update for today. Smash the like on the show wherever you're watching. Again, come to CryptoSlam on YouTube and subscribe. So much cool stuff coming, guys. Can't wait. I hope you have a great day, fam. Newsletter incoming shortly, and we'll see you soon. Guys, peace.